This is Buhuhira Primary School in Kasese district. It was built in 1974 and has never had a permanent improved latrine, forcing 461 pupils to use the only one available. There were 18 mobile toilets at one time. They were donated by UNICEF through the Ministry of Education. The toilets were constructed in 2007 but were used for just 5 months and collapsed thereafter.
They dug, and when we would come to monitor, they would say we should not come near them. By this time, I don't know the contractor and the engineer, neither the tenderer.
According to our sources, these toilets were supposed to help solve the problem of poor sanitation in the school, but that did not happen.
So they finished everything when we were not present.
But when the parents of the pupils realized that the project was not yielding much enough for them, they decided to improvise some measures and have a temporary latrine here. This one is used by the primary 1 and primary 2 pupils, but it is weakening day by day due to the porous soils here. And now it's turning into a death trap for the pupils here. The latrine has no door, yet it is shared by girls and boys. Even after being forced to share the only available latrine, the pupils have no water to wash their hands, thus exposing them to untold health risks.
Like there can be spread of cholera. We have diseases like syphilis or gonorrhea. You never know. One might have caught such, and one can get affected with it.
Putting some slabs. Have you seen?
According to the school staff, they were not consulted before the construction of the toilets. They would have advised on the suitability of the soils here. It is alleged that all the pits were shallow and not sealed inside before the slab was fixed, and because of the porous soils, it was inevitable that they would collapse.
When you ask them, where are these things coming from? They simply say, if you don't want, don't ask them, don't ask us. If you don't want, we are able to take them back.
As investigations continue, the value of the project remains unknown. The school, which started in 1971, is also grappling with the problem of few classrooms, forcing some of the pupils to study under the tree. The available buildings are also slowly crumbling. It is a question of the same script, different cast at Keyhole Adventist Church, where some of the chairs that were also allegedly abandoned are now stored. 12, 13, 14. With the help of the church caretakers, I counted 18 chairs that were intended for primary schools and 24 for secondary schools.
I talked with the headmaster. So what he did, he gave it to me. But some of them were outside.
It reads that this is Keyhole Primary School. These chairs were made in 2004, 2005. The contractor was Sige Enterprises, the property of government of Uganda. But surprisingly, the property of the government of Uganda seemed to have landed on a hard rock. The chairs were abandoned and nobody could put them to proper use. And when we calculated, there are about 42 chairs and they are all 4-seaters. That means there are over 160 pupils in other areas where there are no chairs that could have been denied the right to have where to sit as they study. It is alleged that these chairs were supplied without the knowledge of the beneficiaries and the district auditors who are supposed to verify the quality and quantity. According to our sources, the 2008 project was funded by the Royal Netherlands Embassy. The chairs were meant for selected schools in different parts of the country. However, it is alleged that in some places, the contractors delivered screws, metals, and timber, or even one item, but no work was done. A source told NTV that such irregularities were cited in Koboko, Adjumani, Nebi, and Apache districts, among others. Sudir Byaruhanga, NTV.